Hey there, ass kickers! Andrea Owen here of Your Kick-Ass Life, and I'm very excited to make this short video for you to just tell you a little bit about what's coming up in 2015. Okay, so I first want to just start by saying thank you to all of you that have stayed with me over the years. Your Kick-Ass Life turned 4 in September, and I am just honored that you all have stayed with me and share your time and energy with me, whether you have been with me from the beginning or you are new. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for letting me into your lives. And so, really what I wanted to talk to you about is really based around one word, and I'll get to that in a second. As some of you may know, I attended a training over the summer, and that was led by Dr. Brene Brown and her senior faculty, and really it was called The Daring Way, and really was a training around the research that she has done over the last 14 years. By the way, if you have not read any of her books or you have not even heard of her, go out and run to the nearest bookstore or load it up on your electronic device and read them. I was profoundly impacted by this work and this training, both personally and professionally. And what I realized is that this is all things that I have been teaching over the last 4 years, but what this training did was give me really amazing metaphors and words to wrap around it. And so that's why I'm so excited to share it with you, because I feel like it speaks specifically to you, to the women that come to me, to the women that I help. And it speaks specifically about one word. And that word is courage. And let me before I get too excited, because I'll get super excited. So the type of woman that comes to me is always very smart and very high achieving, and she struggles in about 5 areas, and there's a lot of them, but these are the main ones. The first one is control. She likes to control the people around her. She likes to control everything. She wants a guaranteed outcome of how things are going to go. And if she doesn't have that, she feels very anxious. She struggles with people pleasing. She says yes to things and to people that she really doesn't want to do in fear of not being approved of, not being liked. She also struggles with isolation. She has a really, really hard time asking for help and accepting help from people, although she's very quick to help others. And she isolates when things go wrong and she's having a hard time, and or she numbs out. Sometimes she does both. Sometimes she just does one or the other. The fourth one is perfectionism. She has made up a story that if she can look perfect, act perfect, and be perfect, she will avoid criticism, she will avoid blame, she will avoid judgment. And the fifth one is the inner critic. It's the voice that tells her she's not something enough. You know, you fill in the blank. She's not smart enough, she's not pretty enough, she's not successful enough, she's always falling short somewhere in her life. And she also puts really crazy high expectations on herself that are really impossible to achieve. And she really doesn't want anyone to know that a lot of the time she feels like she doesn't know what she's doing. And I know who you are, because I am also that woman. And this is, you know, I know what's going on in your head, because these are things that I've lived, and I continue to practice the remedy for these things every hour of every day. It is not something that I have checked off the list, like, yep, perfectionism, done with that. Control, yep, don't have to deal with that anymore. There's things that still come up in my own life that I have to walk my talk every single day. There are things that I have to practice in order to have a fulfilling, kick-ass life. And there's a lot of different practices to implement. There's a lot of different tools that can help these behaviors. What it all boils down to in this practice is practicing courage. That's really it. It is the courage to show up in our lives. It's the courage to tell our stories of struggle. It's the courage to be heard by our fellow sisters. It's the courage to practice being imperfect. And really, like, that's what the last few months I've been sort of brainstorming. What is this going to look like for your kick-ass life? What is this going to look like in me teaching you all how to live these amazing lives. And I wrote something down. I just jotted this down. This is actually on the other side of, I have like a million leftover birth announcements from my kids. So I use them as scrap paper. I wrote down, let's get comfortable practicing imperfection. I have no idea if you can see this or not. Let's get comfortable practicing imperfection, because that takes courage. That takes a lot of courage. And that's what a lot of those issues that I just mentioned boiled down to. So that's really a very short version of where your kick-ass life is going. I'm ecstatic to move forward with this, and in early 2015, you will see me roll out 21 Days of Courage, which is a free challenge that I'll be hosting starting in February, and also the Your Kick-Ass Life Mastermind, the first ever, is going to be my signature program, and that's coming out later on too. So if you would do me a favor, if you would reply to this video, whether you're watching this now, if you got an email from me directly in your inbox, you can just hit reply and let me know. It goes directly to me. If you are watching this on YouTube, in the comments, if you're watching this on Facebook, in the comments, tell me which one of those 5 you struggle with the most. I'll name them again. So it's control, it's isolation, people pleasing, perfectionism, and the inner critic. Of those 5, which one is the thing that just is the hardest for you? It might be all 5 of them, but if it's like the thing that when I said it, you were like, that's the one I struggle with the most, I would so appreciate that. And excited for what's to come, and I will see you all soon. Thank you.